Welcome to the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Pluff. Each week, we will cover various topics that dads struggle with in their fitness journey. I'll give you actionable steps that you can apply right away, not only to take back control of your own health, but so you're able to be a better example for your kids too. So I want to talk to you today about the importance of just getting started. Now, there's a quote by the Stoic philosopher Seneca that says, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And a lot of times, getting started is the hardest part, whether that's getting started with a new career or getting started with a fitness program or with a new diet. We build things up in our head so much that we end up suffering way more than we actually have to if we were to just actually get started and take action. And things are typically better when we do take action and don't wait for that motivation to come. Motivation comes and goes all the time. I wish I was motivated every single time to go to the gym because sometimes I just really don't want to go. When I have to go in the mornings, I typically work out in the afternoons, but there are times that I go in the morning to get my workout in if I know I can't get it out later, get it done later in the day. And so I'll get up in the morning and it's cold. I'm in a warm bed. I'm in bed with my wife, or if one of the kids snuck in the bed the night before, I don't want to leave that bed because that is comfortable. But typically, if we want growth to happen, you have to step outside of that comfort. And whatever that comfort may be for you, if you're always comfortable, you're not growing. And getting started a lot of times is just typically the hardest part. And I spoke on this in a Facebook Live. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you may have seen this, and I talk about this a lot with my clients about the 5 minute rule. I believe you can do anything for 5 minutes. You can endure anything for 5 minutes. And so with my clients, we do something called the 5 minute rule. For those days that you're just not motivated at all, you can do anything for 5 minutes. So you start your timer for 5 minutes and you start your workout. And if after 5 minutes, that's all you've got for the day, then you're done. But you may find you can do another 5 minutes. And if those 5 minutes are up and those 10 minutes are up and you're done, that's all you have, then you can quit. But you may find that you can actually keep going and you might end up actually finishing your workout. And so that's called a 5 minute rule. That's something I use with my clients, and it comes in handy for those days where the motivation is really low, and that's going to happen. But in order to continue to have motivation, you've got to see results. But you can't see results if you don't take action. It's just this big old circle. And without the hardest part, without actually starting, then you're not going to see those results. You're not going to stack those small wins. You're not going to have motivation, and you're going to end up quitting or not getting started at all. So the importance of just getting started is very underrated and something that's not talked about. If you look at Instagram or you look at YouTube or you watch all these workouts, there's the most optimal way to build muscle and all these things like that. And they kind of talk poorly about these beach body workouts or spin classes and all that. And I do not care. I do not care what workout program that you do. I care more that you're doing one, and if you enjoy it, you stick with it, and that you like it. If you don't like it, if you're not going to stick with it. And maybe there's a more optimal way. There probably is for to do different things, but the most important thing is finding something that works for you. If you really like resistance bands, and maybe that's not the most optimal way to pack on the most size possible, but you hate dumbbells, which one are you going to do more? You're going to do the resistance bands. If your coach tells you to do the dumbbells and you don't like those, well, now you're not doing either one of them, and you're not making any progress. And so finding what works for you, just getting started, doing something. If you want to learn to run a marathon, you don't go out and run a marathon on day one, unless you're David Goggins, which is crazy. I think he did a marathon without training for it, just signed up a couple days before or something, which don't quote me on that, but uh, that's pretty crazy. But if you want to learn to run a marathon, or you want to sign up for one, you're going to start by walking. If you can't run, you walk. If you get better, then you start to jog. Then once you get better with jogging, then you start to run and you gradually get better. But the most important part is just getting started. So whatever's been holding you back right now, this is the kick in the pants right now. Just get started. You can figure it out along the way. That concludes this episode of the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. Thank you for those of you who took time out of your busy schedules to listen. If you have any questions or comments or an idea for a topic for a future episode, please feel free to reach out and I'd love to hear from you.